Heartache, the eighth film in a franchise. Outside of horror films, how many films do you know of that actually achieve that, reaching that level of a eighth film in a series? I mean, Star Wars, maybe. Uh, and like most franchises, usually by that point you have the law of diminishing returns already starts setting in, and then the each subsequent film starts getting progressively less as good as the installment before. And for a time, the Fast and Furious franchise definitely looked like it was following that route. Now, of course, as we all know, the Fast and Furious franchise reinvented itself with Fast and Furious, the fourth film of the series, where it went from being a film series about cars and illegal racing, and has exploded into this global international espionage, I guess GI Joe type of kind of adventure where our group of characters are sent off on these various missions where the stake of the entire planet is on the menu, I guess you could say. The menu keeps changing each movie, and more entrees are added with each new one. Behind entrees, more new characters. Now this franchise just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's almost like the Avengers, where they keep adding new characters and then the team just gets larger. So that's what's happening in the Fast franchise, and the Fate of the Furious, which is the eighth film in the series, and I guess kind of only the second film in the franchise to abandon the word fast in the series. I think Furious 6 would have been the other one. This one carries on the tradition that's been set on course by Justin Lin, who started with the fourth film. Well, he started with the third film, Tokyo Drift, but he really started the new course with the fourth film. And Chris Morgan is once again back writing this latest entry in the series, and he's been writing each film since Tokyo Drift. And when I saw the trailers for this film, I was thinking, oh my god, this looks terrible. They really jumped the shark with this one, in this case, literally jumping a sub. And I thought this was going to be bad. And as a side comparison, Vin Diesel, I felt the same way about Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage. I thought that one looked bad. And then I was rather surprised when I was actually kind of entertained by that. Yeah, that one I actually kind of liked it. Well, what can I say after getting out of Fate of the Furious? After seeing the trailers, I thought this was just going to be a real slog. It was just going to be a mess. And it took a little for me to get into it, but once I got into its world and got into the zone, I actually enjoyed Fate of the Furious. I thought it was going to be just like a total mess of just like, let's throw in the kitchen sink and just put all these action sequences together and just have some sort of like very threadbare net to keep it all together. But it proved to be pretty entertaining. I mean, it's sure there's like so many insane sequences, and it unfolds like the James Bond film Die Another Day, which was by far the weakest of the Pierce Brosnan films. And that one, they literally threw in everything that the Bond franchise was known, was just all slammed into this one movie, and it was. I initially felt I enjoyed it, but in the end, I thought it was kind of a mess. And I don't feel the same way about Fate of the Furious. I mean, I initially thought I wasn't going to enjoy it. They throw a lot in there, but it keeps moving at a good pace, and it's like I never lost interest, and I was really engaged, and I rather liked where they were going with this one. This one is setting up a new trilogy, which apparently will be the end of the Furious franchise, with Fast 9 and Fast 10. And I think it was supposed to start with the seventh one, but because of the unforeseen circumstances of the untimely passing of Paul Walker, I guess that totally changed events, and they had to close out his character with the seventh film. And so here we are with the eighth film, and this is where the new and final trilogy starts. And yes, there are a lot of insane sequences, but I guess one of the things I miss most about it is that the other films really were dependent on practical stunts. But there are definitely a lot more CGI stunts in this one, and it's really glaring in the New York sequences. But the insanity of it was it wears you down, and you find yourself enjoying it for no good reason other than just to have a good time. So really, I'm not saying I've been going to watching the Fast films for like great acting and story, but I just wanted to like be entertained with some like really cool chases and set pieces. And like I said, this one's definitely more reliant on CGI, so I think that takes away a bit from what this franchise has been known for. So practically the entire cast is back. Anybody you know of that has been in these Fast movies is here. Even those who aren't are briefly mentioned, and the character and things have changed. Like Therese Gibson's Roman, I didn't find as irritating in this one as I did in Fast 7, and although they do take some interesting character developments with certain villains from previous entries, and which after a while you get over. But yeah, overall I would say I rather enjoyed Fate of the Furious. I mean, it's for a franchise, for me, the pinnacle was Fast 5, which I thought was great. 6 was really good, and then 7, despite the having to rejigger the entire plot, it definitely was wearing thin. And I thought that's what Fate of the Furious was going to be, that it was going to be jumping the shark, and should be the end of it. But no, yes, they did jump a shark, jump a sub, but in the end, I actually find myself looking forward to Fast 9 and Fast 10. I want to see how this franchise drives off. And this is the beginning of the final trilogy, as I mentioned. So it's a total no-brainer, check your brain at the door, entertaining action movie that is very much like a Bond film and unfolds like a Bourne film, and has plenty of humor to boot. So yeah, Fate of the Furious, I'd have to give 3.5 stars out of 5. Rather surprisingly, 3.5 stars out of 5. So if you like this review, hit that like button below. We're looking forward to Fate of the Furious. Are you a fan of Furious franchise? What is your favorite film in the series? Please comment below and let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do, so you can stay on top of my new reviews, retro reviews, trailer reactions, and any other fun things I happen to put up on my channel. So until next time, my friends, we'll see you at the movies.